Hey, it's mrandom101, and today I have another Japanese manga haul. This time around, I have a very fun weekly seinen sports manga, and it's named Ashi. This guy over here is the main character from the series, and his name is Aoi Ashito. I actually bought this volume all the way back in 2019, and I'm very excited to finally be able to get the rest of the volumes and add them into my collection. Volume 3, Volume 4, with some of the side characters that kind of get introduced along the way. These guys are fun. Volume 5, Volume 6. I really love the unique art style from this manga. Everyone just has such a nice distinctive flair, and this really just helps everyone stand out, which is quite important since this is a sports manga and there are a lot of different people and characters that come along the way. Also, this guy on the right here is another very important character. His name is Coach Fukuda. To be honest, I totally simp for him, and he is husbando material for sure. Volume 8, Volume 9. I also really enjoy the variety on the covers. You just have really nice just close-up shots with the characters, or just really cool crowd shots with everyone celebrating or doing something. And the style is also changed up quite often, as you can see. Okay, on to the next stack here. Cool. Man, these covers are super fun. Like, so different, and I like how there isn't like a pattern, so yeah. Oh, also, this guy's another pretty important character, I would say. He has really interesting character development. His name is Akutsu. Oh yes, Coach Fukuda just staring into my soul. All right, volume 26. I really like this shot. And finally, volume 27. This is the latest one right now, and this looks amazing. Okay, now I want to give you a synopsis of the series. This was taken from the Wikia fan page. Ashito Aoi is a young aspiring soccer player from a backwater town in Japan. His hopes of getting into a high school with a good soccer club are dashed when he causes an incident during a critical match for his team, which results in their loss and elimination from the tournament. Nevertheless, he catches the eye of someone important who happens to be visiting from Tokyo. That person is Tatsuya Fukuda, a coach for one of the top J-League club's youth teams, Tokyo City Esperion FC. After spending time with Ashito and teaching him a few tricks, he sees the potential in him and invites him to the selection tryouts. Hopeful that his dream is not all lost, Ashito makes his way in the big city to continue his path towards becoming a professional player. Most sports manga out there with high school aged characters typically only focus on high school tournaments. This manga really just differentiates itself with the simple fact that all of the characters, despite being high school aged, they aim to become professional players. This creates a lot of build-up, and you just end up rooting for the characters. You hope that eventually they become professional players and they manage to achieve their dreams. But there are no guarantees. Maybe some people just give up along the way, or they realize that it just isn't possible. For example, some of the characters are slightly older, they are just young adults, and they have to either give up on the dream and pursue something else, or if they are good enough, they will be picked up and become professional players. In the case of our main character, he is heavily disadvantaged. He gets this huge opportunity to possibly join one of the biggest just youth clubs in Japan. And yes, he has very interesting abilities and this innate talent to think in a very interesting way when it comes to playing soccer, but he really lacks the fundamentals and the basics that are really needed to be in a club of such a high level. Our main character Aoi really just needs to do his best to try to catch up as much as possible and learn everything he possibly can from a new environment that will truly just let him develop as a player and learn more about the sport of soccer and understand what he really is just truly good at. You have a lot of other fun characters that get introduced along the way, either just rivals or straight up teammates. You get to really see the experience gap between first years, second years, and third years. The writing in this manga is truly just top tier. You really get to see multiple different types of characters that have different perspectives, and it really just brings the story to life in a great way. Some characters pursue the dream of becoming a professional soccer player because they just have a talent for it and they find it fun. Other characters simply just don't have a choice. They have nothing else in life, and it's really just heartbreaking. Soccer is the only thing that they can kind of just hold on to stay sane. Some of the older characters, for example, can just seem kind of cold, distant, or even awful or mean-spirited, but the truth is they just need to focus on their goal. They don't have time for any other distractions. There is a gradual sense of growth for all of the characters, and the more you get to know them, the more you end up just liking them also. This manga has some really fantastic character arcs, and just seeing the payoff is really truly worth it. There is another incredibly similar weekly seinen sports manga to this one, and it is called Giant Killing. I highly recommend Giant Killing. It is fantastic. It's a masterpiece. The writer for this manga has admitted that Giant Killing is a direct source of just inspiration for the story of Ashi. And you can definitely see it with just Coach Fukuda as a character. He is very similar to the main character from Giant Killing. He is very much like a plotting mastermind of sorts. He's really good at playing mind games with the opponent teams and coming up with like really interesting strategies. He is such a great coach because he just knows how to maximize the potential of each player. To the players themselves, some of the things that he does maybe seem counterintuitive, but actually it will just help them further realize what their talents should be used for. The artwork for the manga is very charming, and let me just show you some of the pages. There are visual metaphors and stuff like that, but this manga still tries to stay grounded into reality as much as possible, if possible, and it doesn't have like superpowers or anything like that, you know, like other series. And just in general, the soccer field and all the plays are beautifully just represented with the paneling and all of that stuff. I'm very excited for the upcoming anime of this series because it's being done by Production IG. They tend to never disappoint with sports adaptations. If you just want an exciting, just really refreshing read when it comes to sports manga, I highly recommend Ashi. It is one of the best ongoing things in its genre right now. Thanks for watching the video. Bye.